If manifesting love isn't working for you, watch this because I'm going to tell you the honest to God truth that a lot of these manifesting gurus won't, and some stuff that you probably don't want to hear, but it's going to help you. I promise you. I promise you it's going to help you. Stick around. Hi, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I am Portia the Communicator, your trusted mental health life coach, and I help people transform their negative relationship sagas into the lives of loving partnerships they desire and deserve. If you have not subscribed, I want to encourage you to give a thumbs up if I say anything that resonates with you. Subscribe to the channel, share this content if you feel it can be beneficial for someone else, and join the conversation in the comments. I always love to hear from you. All right, so to quickly dive in, we are going to discuss why manifesting love may not be working for you. If you have been trying to manifest a specific person and doing all of the things and all of the rituals and every method under the sun, and nothing is really cracking the surface for you, pull up a seat and really hear me out when I say this, because let me also be very clear. I do believe in manifesting. I do. But I also believe in not just the magical, but the mundane. That means not just the woo-woo and the hocus pocus, but the practical and the real world strategies that are often lacking when we talk about manifesting. And so this video is really coming from the perspective of no more band-aids, no more cheat codes, no more get out of jail free cards, no more patch jobs. Because when you do a patch job, let's just take a home for instance, and you still continue to see mold seep through the paint job you just did 2 weeks ago, or you're still seeing a leak come through your ceiling after you put some caulking on the ceiling and it's not working, we have to be willing at that point to dig deeper to find out why something isn't working the way that it was intended to work. And when it comes to manifesting love, that oftentimes means doing some remedial things or prerequisites first before doing manifesting. Otherwise, what you'll manifest won't happen, or it won't stick if it does happen, or it'll be a complete disaster. And I don't think you want any of those three things, which is probably why you're here watching this video, because either of those three things is happening for you. With that being said, it's not all about magical potions and vision boards when it comes to manifesting love in your life. Sometimes it is about unlearning the counterproductive assumptions that you've had when it comes to dating and relationships that have gotten you the results that you've had in the past and that have kept you stuck where you've been. Because let me be clear, you are not going to get a different man being the same woman, or you are not going to get a different person being the same person. It just doesn't work like that. Energy does not work in that way. And these are things that the vision board cannot teach you. And if you don't know these things, you may be more prone to having problems in relationships, such as control issues, because you'll be so fixated on everything going your way all the time and losing your mind the moment it doesn't. At least that's how it was for me. Finding yourself spiraling because he hasn't called, or he hasn't done this, or this person hasn't shown up. None of which are grounds for a healthy and stable and loving relationship dynamic. So without that inner stability, you may find yourself spiraling a lot, which is an indication that the focus really shouldn't be on manifestation of another person, but rather transformation within yourself. Because manifesting magic only really works on a major level when you've done that, when you have the right ingredients, and when you use them in the right ways. So let's talk about what those ingredients consist of. The first thing is shadow work. I know it's kind of a cliche term at this point, but AKA inner healing, AKA therapy, and looking at all of the things that may have held you back. That could be clearing blocks from the past, emotional baggage, trauma, whatever the case may be. You've got to be able to look at maladaptive behavioral patterns. You've got to be able to look at negative thoughts and belief systems that are keeping you from being able to move forward when it comes to the progress and the pursuit of love in your life. Because until you look at the ways in which you show up, how you present, how you behave, and why you continue to attract and entertain the same types of relationships, you are going to continue to hit that brick wall. You will not break the glass ceiling. You will continue to perpetuate the same cycles of relationship dysfunction that you've been in. And I can say that with confidence because I was one of those people. And I have seen those women and men plenty of times, and I help coach them through this exact thing. So you have to be willing to look at self in the mirror and to realize what type of codependency, what type of compulsions you're in that would have you incessantly looking for someone else outside of you to give you this feeling of wholeness and completeness that you don't feel you have within and of yourself. That is very key. So that is thing number one. Thing number two, I've talked about this in a previous video. You can look for it up here in the cards, but it is so true and I will continue preaching it. And that is simply self-love. Self-love really is the best love because without it, you really don't know what you're looking for or how things should feel from the outside in. You can cultivate it from the inside out. That way, when someone steps to you, you can already tell, ooh, this matches what I already feel because I've been cultivating this love and this security within myself versus they don't match my vibe. They don't feel the way that I feel when I'm alone. They don't feel better than the way I feel when I'm alone in terms of the love I have for myself, in terms of the security, in terms of the enjoyment of my own company. When you can love yourself more than you love the idea of being with someone else, you have freed yourself. You have stepped into a greater level of empowerment and the ability to choose the best partners in life. And so self-love is a key ingredient. Again, I'm going to say it clearly. You have to love yourself, your safety, your security, your well-being more than the idea of being with someone else, especially if you know it's not a match, and even more so if you know this person really doesn't love you or doesn't love you to the capacity that they should, and even worse if it's to your detriment and they're doing something to your harm. Let me throw this in here. That may not be as drastic as DV. It doesn't have to be anything negatively physical. That can mean emotional wellness, or rather the lack thereof. So they're having you compete with other people. You start feeling even more insecure about being with this individual because of certain things that they say or certain things that they do in the presence of other people or other women. Pay attention to that type of stuff. Again, if it is not a journey of self-love that you are on or have been on, I would highly recommend not manifesting someone else to love you. The manifestation that needs to be focused on is you loving yourself first. The third ingredient is a deep belief, and I would venture to say even further, a knowingness of your power to manifest. Part of the problem that we often deal with when we're manifesting things is that we struggle believing that we can have it or that we can bring it about because it seems so larger than life, or it's things that we have yet to step into. And we kind of aren't even sure about whether we can have it, whether we're worthy of it, whether we know what we're doing, whether we have the power to create it, all of the things. And so it's important to really harness the belief that you have in yourself. And one of the ways that you can increase your belief in your magical innate abilities to create the life you want is looking at the things that you've been able to successfully create. That is a place to start. And so it can be something as simple as, I don't know, cooking or woodworking or, I don't know, makeup and hair. Something that you have created successfully from beginning to end, something that you are proud of, something that makes you feel great. You need to be able to look at those things and then basically psych yourself into the belief and the knowingness that if I was able to create this, I am number one, a creator. I know that I can take something from beginning to end successfully, and I'm going to apply my skill set. Even though this over here may be new and a little foreign for me, I know that I can do X, Y, and Z because I've done it in a different way before. And so you have to really increase the belief in your skills. You have to increase the belief in your power. And the ways that you can do that is looking at the past, but also learning new things, harnessing new knowledge, increasing and developing yourself in certain ways so that you gain more confidence in your ability to do and your ability to create. Because without the belief in yourself, without that strong founded belief that you can do this, you don't even necessarily have to know how just yet, but just knowing that you have the power to create, that is important because when you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to show up. You're not going to manifest with the intensity that's necessary to bring about change in your life. So really focus on a deep belief in yourself first. The last ingredient, the fourth ingredient, is knowing the effective methods for manifesting. I like to think of it as baking a cake. You can have all the right ingredients, but if you don't know what to do with them, you're still sitting with a table full of stuff and you're still stuck. So if you don't know that you need to mix the eggs and the milk and the batter and then stir them and put the baking sheet together with a little bit of oil and knowing the right temperature and then the right time frame to put this mix in the oven. If you don't know all of that stuff, you may come out with something that is half done, that is not done correctly at all. And so it's important to know not just robotic affirming is a method or visualizing is a method, but how to do those things effectively. If you are using your words and you're saying things that are counterproductive and you think that it's supposed to be the thing to say, your results may backfire on you. For example, I once heard a coach say, be very careful of saying that you want a man to be obsessed with you, because that obsession can literally show up in the form of a man being a stalker. That can literally show up in the form of a man being ultra possessive. That can easily turn into a dangerous situation, okay? So you need to be very careful with the words that you are saying. And also, when you are speaking things into existence, understand that your feeling goes hand in hand with that. So if you are feeling an underlying current of fear or of unbelief or of doubt, you are speaking things with the wrong energy, you may not manifest what you're looking for because your energetic frequency isn't lining up. So you have to make sure that the methods that you are manifesting are in alignment with your true self where you are, and then that you're using them in the right way. So don't just get out there and say, oh, I'm going to vision board, but you don't really know the aspects that your vision board should include and how you should feel when you're creating that vision board and how often you should refer to that vision board and all of those things. I'm just saying, take the time, do your research, and be as effective as possible when you are doing said manifesting techniques. I also want to talk about not just the magical aspect of manifesting, but again, the mundane, the practical, the everyday life things that you can do that don't include the hocus pocus. We over here on this channel, we believe in both. And if one isn't working, that's an indication that maybe you need to pay attention to the other. And so when I talk about the mundane when it comes to manifesting, that means learning real life successful dating strategies, learning what a healthy relationship consists of, learning what courtship is and the benefits of that, and considering that as an alternative to what you've been doing if it's been unsuccessful. Learning different strategies and mechanisms for getting what you want on a day-to-day basis. It's not just let me say a chant and let me look at a vision board. It's okay, so what actions can I take? Where can I now go differently than where I've gone before? Who can I surround myself with that I wasn't surrounded by before that can get me one step closer to where I want to be, one step closer to seeing this manifestation come into tangible reality? Please get in touch with the mundane aspect of manifestation, because I think that also is where a lot of us miss it. We stay in the mystical, we stay in the ethereal, but then we have nothing that we enact in the 3D world. I mean, learning how to attract and how to be more feminine if you are wanting to tap more into your feminine energy. These are things you have to learn to do. And it's not just sitting in your closet and chanting and lighting candles and doing all of those things. Great things. I know that they can be effective, but done and coupled with all of the other stuff that I'm mentioning in this video as well. Now, as always, I don't talk about everything that you could possibly do because I want to hear from you. What are some things that you have done to increase your ability to manifest love in your life? Or do any of these things that I have said resonate with you? Have you been willing to do the inner work? If you have, let me know the benefits that has brought into your life. Also, let me know what else we should talk about. Do you have any follow-up questions for any of the things that I have said in this video? I also want to invite you, if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, to walk you through the step-by-step process, because it's these steps and then there are other steps that I have in my private coaching program, Rewire for Love. If you are wanting to go from step A to step Z, from where you are into where you want to be, because your life will transform as it has transformed my life and the lives of other women I am coaching, I want to invite you, click the link in the description box beneath this video and book a free consultation with me so we can discuss how to get your relationship transformation jump-started immediately. I walk you through the shadow work. I walk you through the inner healing, the inner child work. I walk you through unlearning and releasing those blocks. I walk you through how to create a new you to get new results. I walk you through the new mindsets and beliefs and understandings when it comes to dating, relationships, and strategies. I walk you through the long-term partnership aspect of it all and how to maintain that. It is a full package program experience that will change your life. So again, don't pass this by. Book a call with me and get into it, all right? If anything that I have said in this video resonates with you, I ask that you give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, share this video with someone if you know it can be beneficial, and again, drop in the comments and let me know your thoughts on anything that was shared. I want to take the time to thank you for watching this if you're still here, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, take care, be blessed. That's all I have for this one, and bye for now.